Hey guys, Blazie here. Welcome to this lazy review of Lamb, a movie about a half animal, half human lamb. Yep, you can tell why I was interested in this movie. um, but what else can I say about this movie besides this movie is nothing. There's nothing in this movie. There's nothing. It's so much nothingness. It's just, oh, the premise is interesting, kind of thing. I guess, sort of. It's a horror movie, about these two people who live on a farm, and one of their sheeps has a baby that is half human, half lamb. With basically it has a lamb's head, a lamb's arm, and then the rest of it is all human. And then they raise it, and then they kind of just raise it as a human. But there's like this whole kind of weird kind of thing and setting kind of thing. Is it like a demonic kind of thing? It opens up like pretty cool, pretty creepily, very like Silent Hill kind of esque, like real heavy kind of breathing. Got the fog rolling in and everything. It's all nice and creepy. The camera goes over to these horses, which we never see those horses again. So I guess they were meant to be wild horses, I guess, and not owned by them, by the farmers or whatnot. But yeah, goes over to them, but they they get spooked. But clearly they're just being herded off. They're not very spooked at all. So that kind of ruins the mood a little bit for me. They weren't very spooked at all. Yeah, kind of, yeah. But it goes to them, they get kind of creeped out by it. And then it goes to a barn full of sheep, and all like really creeped out and everything. Like they could sense something is there. So they all try to escape, but don't really go very far. Things kind of just like die down then. And then we see a sheep come out, looking all very exhausted, all wobbly legs and all, and then kind of collapses. She's fine, but there's a reason why she's exhausted. Let's just say that. Reason why her legs are a bit wobbly. Yeah, so that's kind of how it starts. So it's like, okay, this is kind of cool, creepy. It's like some kind of like sheep demon kind of thing. Maybe, no, nothing. Because oh my god, there's so much nothing in this movie. This movie is just nothing. Because most of it is just slice of life kind of stuff with like, was she like a father or whatever? I don't know their names. I'll just call them wife and father. Just, yeah, husband or whatever, yeah. Anyway, we see the husband kind of just walking along. He comes home, drops off his things, starts to do cooking, and like we see everything he's doing, and it's just like, okay, we get it, kind of thing. But that's this movie. We see everything that they do generally. Including, eventually, like 8 minutes in, it takes a little bit to get there. We see them pulling out a baby lamb from inside a sheep. Yeah, they outright show that, and it's just like, god damn it, I did not need to see that movie. I did not need to see that, but now I have. I've seen a sheep give birth to a lamb, I guess. Yeah, and they do that twice, and the second one is even worse. And it's just like, god damn it, I did not need to see that. But maybe that's the whole horror thing, that when like a film gets classed as a horror, they can do a little bit more like that. So it's like, okay, what kind of other gross or weird kind of horror-y kind of stuff they can do that makes me feel uncomfortable? Nothing. Straight up, just saying nothing. There's so much nothing. It's just, yeah, as I said, slice life. It's just nothing. Slice of life. Farming. Tiny little bit of dialogue. Farming. Nothing. 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 farming. A little bit of dialogue. There's barely any dialogue. They barely talk to each other. At first, you can kind of see it's because they have a bit of a strained relationship kind of thing. Because they start eating dinner or whatever, start eating some food. And it seems like very awkward kind of stuff. And then they just start randomly talking about time travel. Which never comes up again or anything like that. It was just more or less just like a couple trying to come up with something to talk about, basically. So they have a little strain there, so there's something going on, basically. But again, for a long ass time, nothing happens, and eventually the sheep starts to give birth. And so they come out, help the sheep get birth, no, help the lamb come out, but it's different. It's not normal. Something is different, and which I already explained. It's half human, and obviously they're just a little bit stunned. Only a little bit though. They don't look very stunned. It's just like they barely have talked in all the other scenes, so them not talking now kind of makes sense. It kind of works here. So it's like I didn't expect them to talk, you know. They take the baby, like she just kind of takes the baby inside and starts to basically become its mum. But the real mama sheep is not happy about that, and so it'll be just be buying outside the window of the little lamb, and you know wants her baby back. The sheep wants her baby back, woman. And it's just like, oi, bitch, give me my baby back. And so everything's just kind of surreal. There's a lot of like surreal kind of moments in this movie. There's also just a lot of shots of just like, because this is all filmed in Iceland. It's an Icelandic movie, so it's like not in English. It's in Icelandic, I think is the right term. Sorry. And so there's just, you know, a lot of nice shots because it's a nice country. But at the same time, it's just like, there's so many of them. There's so many shots of just, look how nice these hills look. And that's fine, but I don't care for those kind of shots. I don't care. It's like, oh, that looks nice. Cool. I could just look at that on Google or something. It's nothing new. Give us shots of the house, you know, in a faraway distance. You want to try and make that look all creepily and cool. And sometimes they do, but not a lot. Mostly it's just a random location that they're shooting. And that's my issue. It's just when it's just like a random location, I don't care. I get they're trying to show you probably just how isolated they are. That's probably it. Because there's a lot of themes in this movie, basically. It's a lot about loss and grieving and how people could react to that. So I am just going to go straight into spoilers. I'm just going to talk about spoilers in this movie. This movie's pretty old-ish. Not that old. It's like a year old. It's only about a year old, but I'm just going to talk about spoilers because I don't recommend this movie. I do if you're real artsy. I guess, if you're just really, really into artsy films. But even then, this is one of the worst ones because nothing happens. But yeah, the mum, the mother kind of character, the wife or whatever, does very much like start to become happier when she's with the lamb and treats it like it's her own. And even like they even call her Ada. So they give her a name and everything, and will start to like dress her up in clothing and everything, and yeah, treating her like a daughter. And Mama Sheep ain't happy about that. Mama Sheep keeps on trying to be like, oi, give me my baby back. And there's a stupid ass scene. Where like, yeah, the sheep is always like outside trying to like barring at the window where her baby is, you know, and just like, oi, give her back. And the mum goes out, and then the dad also just leaves. But the key thing there is like he leaves while the lamb is sleeping, and he doesn't close the door. Why? Everything that happens to these people, they deserve it. Because how stupid they are at points. Because, oh my god, no, yeah, there's just so many points they forget about her, you know? They're not good parents in that kind of sense, I guess. Yeah, he just kind of leaves with the door open and everything, where the sheep is like, has been, right there, buying to have her child back. It's like, yeah, he leaves, and then what happens? They come back, and they're just like, oh, where's the child? And the sheep has, like, taken her, pretty far away, you know, like, pretty different location. They find their child, and just kind of pick it up and take it away. The sheep is just, like, running behind him, like, oi, that's mine! And the wife turns around and just yells at it, just screams at it. And if I remember correctly, it was kind of funny because it sounded like she yelled out "father." Father! So yeah, like she's just like so protective of it. And then she goes one step further when the sheep eventually comes back and keeps on barring at the window. She shoots it. Yeah, she just kills it. And now the lamb is hers. And nothing much else happens. Again, nothing happens in this movie. Like, what I'm saying probably does sound kind of interesting. Like, what is going on? Why is it? But I think it's a metaphor kind of thing. I think the lamb is a metaphor. That it doesn't matter that it's a lamb. It doesn't matter. That's not the point of it. Because later you do find out, or it's never shown completely, right? At one point, the dad brings out a baby carriage thingy, not baby carriage, a baby bed thing, like a big baby bed. He brings out one of those. So they already had one. Like, why was that there? Later, where they go to a grave, like much later in the movie, they go to a grave, or like the wife is just kind of sitting there, and we see the grave says Ada on it, which is the name of the lamb, name she gave the lamb. So she had already lost a baby, basically. It did say something else there, but there was no subtitles for it, so I'm unsure exactly what that meant, or like if it meant anything. I'm unsure if there was a time there or date as well. Because I assume, like, she lost the baby pretty young. Like, the baby was young. Because we don't see, like, any other child stuff. Just that, pretty much. And I guess, like, the little baby clothing they do give to the lamb. But at the same time, yeah, that's probably, like, a 1 or 2 year old's kind of clothing. And so, like, you can kind of gather then that, like, yeah, she had this other daughter, and now she's got this daughter. It's like a gift, and that she does say that in the movie. It's like a gift, or the dad says it as a gift, or whatever. So that's what you could take from it. That it's not about the lamb. It's about her having another child, and what she would do to keep that child. Which means, yeah, taking it from someone else, taking a child from another mother and claiming it as hers, to a point of then killing that mother. And so it's very, I guess, psychological like that. It's very different like that. And then later on, the husband's brother shows up, and there's some weird shit there. Like, he's like into her, into the wife, and like I feel like they have done things in the past, because they do get kind of sexually sexual with each other ish, or at least he does with her. So there's definitely something going on there, which has nothing to do with the plot, has nothing to do with anything, by the way. It's just, you know, the whole slice of life. It's just their life kind of thing, and I don't know. And I do love his reaction to, like, even to, like, when we first see the lamb in proper clothing, kind of walking around. I do love his, like, kind of reaction to it. And then later, he has a better reaction, like, when he finally speaks out. Because, again, there's, like, no dialogue in this movie. They don't ever talk. What they do is just, like, very quick, or just, it doesn't further the plot or anything like that. And so then the brother does say, well, what the fuck is this? But then the dad, like, so then, like, yeah, the father says happiness.
Vad i fjantanum är det?
Hamingen.
Again, it's not about the lamb. It's not about it being a lamb. It's just about having another child. But then, like, yeah, the brother then, like, at what, like, keeps treating her like an animal, and like tries to like feed her grass and everything, and just be like, yeah, eat it like a sheep. Yeah, you like that, don't you? But even he too warms up to it in the end, because it's just another child. Because there's like this kind of, I guess, intense scene where he takes the sheep out into the field, takes the lamb out into the field, and goes to shoot her. And so, you know, it's this kind of intense kind of scene, I guess, or just like he just sees it as a monster, but then yeah, falls for it as well, and ends up being like a really good uncle, basically. Again, this probably all sounds intriguing, but this was like a long 1 hour 40-minute film or something like that, and just nothing happens. It's just a lot of like nice shots, which, yay, congratulations, you know how to use a camera better than me. But that means nothing when your story is crap. You just don't have anything going for you. I mean, okay, no, it was intriguing, it was interesting, the story is interesting, but there's nothing in that story. Nothing. This is a short story. This is 100% a short story that they just made, that they stretched out so long for no reason whatsoever. This would have been a fine, interesting short film, but it's not. But then guess what? Like, okay, so like pretty much as soon as the brother character leaves, shit goes down. And it's like, okay, I'm interested, because also like the wife, like the dad is off with the daughter, with the lamb. Okay, no, so talk about before that. Before that, there was like a moment where like they're all like kind of getting drunk and watching football and everything, and the lamb just isn't very interested in it. Though they do end up like changing like what they're watching, and they start doing a little bit of dancing and everything, but like they're still getting drunk and everything, and so the lamb kind of just wanders off by herself. Great parenting there. And kind of just wanders off, and we do kind of see that at that point she sees her dad. She does see her dad. We do kind of see it in her eye, and it's a very cool shot, because you don't see it quite clearly, but you can kind of see something's there. And then she like runs off to a mirror and like looks at herself in the mirror and kind of realizes, this isn't my family, kind of thing. Like, something's going on here. And it's, you know, it's like, okay, kind of interesting, I guess. But again, not much really happens. You don't really, everything's like not told to you, kind of thing. And that's fine, but I don't know. And then yeah, the brother ends up leaving. Pretty much after that, dad is walking around with the lamb, and they're kind of just exploring around. It's like, oh, if you see the mountains, behind you's a house. If you see the house, behind you the mountain. You know, if you get lost, you know where to go, basically. And the mum took the brother back. She goes back home, and then suddenly there's a gunshot. Like, okay, oh, interesting. And then it suddenly switches over to the dad, and he's been shot in the neck. It's like, oh shit, okay, this came out of complete and utter nowhere, and it really does. It comes out of complete utter nowhere, and that's fine, but yeah, it does. And then another gunshot, boom, and then it's Sheik Daddy there with a gun. And I just thought that was kind of stupid. Like, where did he get the gun? I guess it's their gun, kind of thing. Like, it's the wife or husband's gun, kind of thing. But why does he have it all of a sudden? I don't know. But it was just kind of hilarious. And damn, does he have ass cheeks for days. Whew! Woo! Those are big wobbly cheeks. Because he do see he is half human as well. He's not a full sheep demon kind of thing or whatever. He's half and half as well. And so yeah, Dad dies. He takes the daughter and just kind of walks off with her, and that's. And then later, the wife comes in. It's like, you're dead. But like, okay, like, you're dying. Oh no. Picks up her husband, who's been shot in the neck by it, mind you, and just kind of fumbles him away, like, oh no, don't die on me, don't die on me while I twist your neck and all that around, and stop. Like, yeah, sure, he's already dead. He's got at least very much going to be dead, no matter what. But my God, don't twist someone's head around or whatever. Like, while they've got a neck wound. It was so funny. It was just so funny to me. But yeah, she's just like, oh, it's got to be okay. It's got to be okay. She kind of just stands there, breathes, and the film ends. So right when something happens, the film ends. And it's just... nothing happens. Nothing happens. I've never watched a film where nothing happens so much. In something that I'm still intrigued in. You know? The story, whatever's going on, is interesting, but nothing happens. And it's just... so dull. It's so dull. There's so many shots of them just farming, and it won't just be like a quick shot. It'll be a very long shot of them farming. It's just... this is... what was the point of this movie? There is none. It was for a film festival, and that's very obvious. Meant to be all artsy. It's meant to be all like, oh, it's all about loss. It's all about grieving and what that does to a mother and all that kind of stuff, I guess. But it's just, I don't care. I don't care. Give us cool sheep demon kind of stuff, because it's not explained what it is or anything like that. None of it's explained. And again, that's fine. It's all up for interpretation, I guess, but it's still just stupid. It's a 1 out of 10. This movie's easily a 1 out of 10. It only gets that 1 because it has a couple of nice kind of shots, has a little bit of creepy atmosphere here and there, has like those surreal kind of moments, which are interesting and well filmed. But I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. It's shite. Do not recommend this movie, even if you're a horror fan. No, this film's not a horror. It's not a horror at all. It's a drama film. Absolutely. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know this one is always just like, well, it's a lazy review, so you know what to expect out of my lazy reviews by now. They're bad. They're badly done. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. Subscribe to my channel, because I'll love you if you do. Hit that bell icon. And this Fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now.